On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Bennett and Mike are sitting down to talk about tattoos. I know that we talked kind of about tattoos before, but this is a soft spot for me. Because I love tattoos, but the Marine Corps didn't while I was in at that time. I don't know what the tattoo policy is now, but I was told straight to my face that they're unprofessional. Which, fuck you, because none of the men that I've ever killed complained about my lack of professionalism. Which, last time I checked, my job description was to locate, close with, and destroy the enemy by fire and maneuver, and repel the enemy's assault by fire and close combat. Nowhere in there does it say that I need to do a dog and pony show. I need to go kill. So, you know, I don't think tattoos on a killer is a bad thing. That's just me, though.
And you know what? Most actual killers don't care either.
No. Well, and the other thing...
I mean, it's one of those things. It comes down to, you know, infringing upon my own shit. Like, don't fucking tell me what I can do and can't do. I mean...
Right.
I get that you want to uphold the professionalism and the whatever of the Marine Corps. Okay. I get it. But you know what? I'm sorry again, but the general public expects Marines to have like full sleeve tattoos. Like they wouldn't. No, seriously.
Right.
Like that's what I mean, bro.
No, you're right though. Gunfighters are supposed to have tattoos.
Does not shock anyone. Seriously.
Right.
You know what shocks some people are the hipsters that look like they were in the military. Dude, what the fuck do you think? Where the fuck do you think they got that idea? You think it just popped up? No, it's because they were looking at badass warriors going, wow, I like their haircut. I like their tattoos.
Right.
I guess I want to do that and wear skinny jeans and flannel. So,
dude, that's why
put glitter in my fucking beard.
Get fucked. Do you know how many people tell me like, oh man, you should put flowers and glitter? I'm going to tell you right now, you know what I put in my beard? Fucking nothing. My genetics are the reason why I have a badass beard. That's it. Please, dear God, don't ask me anymore. How do you get it so thick? How do you get it so full? I don't.
That's why I love Matt Best's.
Yeah,
pussy juice fucking thing.
Right. What do you oil it with? Yeah.
What do you oil with? I oil it with fucking pussy juice, motherfucker. That shit's fucking fantastic.
Well,
he was hitting on that lumbersexual thing.
Right.
What the fuck?
Hitting on it hard.
What the fuck is wrong with fucking?
I do not know. Dude, anyway, the beard is not for show.
You know what? I don't give them shit because you know what? I think they're bad. Their haircuts are badass and their sleeve tattoos are badass. Period. Doesn't mean they're badass, but hey, I'm not going to judge a motherfucker.
Right. Oh, but perception's reality, right?
Perception is reality, and that's the thing. But it threw me off for a while.
I know.
Totally threw me off because I go, oh, that's a fucking gunfighter.
That guy's
that's a fucking way. But come to find out, fucking false.
Right.
So it's like one of those things. You know, I think that we thought that though, because that's what we're immersed in. Because the next thing you know, we all get out and every motherfucker's got they had tattoos in because they relaxed the shit out of that.
Right.
So everyone has tattoos, but every other motherfucker decided to grow a beard too.
Right.
So they're like, fuck this, not doing it. Like I haven't shaved with a razor. All right. So I got out and I was in the nuclear industry for a long time, as everyone already knows. But I had to keep within regs for that job as well because we were fitted for gas masks all the time. And that was part of our uniform. We had to carry the fucking gas mask with us. So I could
right on the hip.
Initially, I could have actually, where the fuck did we have? I don't even remember. It was on my gear, though. I know that. God, and it was a pain in the ass. But anyway, at first we could have goatees like the Swedes, you know, the Swedes have goatees.
Right.
And they fit in their gas masks just fine because we had Millennium masks. So they go really low, you know, down around the bottom. So we could still have a goatee. Well, then, you know, some fucking twat that, you know, either couldn't grow a goatee or is just like, no, I want to have a Hitler stash and that's it.
Yeah.
Made the policy because I know exactly who the motherfucker was. good guy all in all, but dude, come on. Let a motherfucker have a goatee.
Right.
But no, you could only have a mustache, but within the military regs, basically.
Yeah.
Now, half the guys I work with were like, yeah, go fuck that. So we had a couple guys that had like handlebar mustaches and shit.
Right.
And it would be like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Basically fire me. Fucking fire me. But so since I did stop doing that in 2014, so 3 years. God, has it only been 3 years? Is that when I quit? Because when did we go to? No, yeah. So it was April before we met. So that was 2014, right?
Dude, it's crazy how many. Yeah, dude, there are like 4 or 5 people that I know that are in our circle who all in that time frame as we were going to EBV made life altering decisions to
Just
go to
totally.
IVMF's programming.
Yeah. Right. It wasn't just that though. I mean, I had already made the decision and then I quit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Right.
And then we moved to Wilmington and then I came back to Syracuse for EBV. How fucking fucked is that? But so since that time, since April, I have not shaved my entire face. I only use like a razor, like a clippers, not a razor, a clippers to bring it down. And I only do that about every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because if I let my shit grow out, it's fucking straight.
See, that was
anyway. We're getting on beards here, so let's go back to tattoo.
Yeah, but that was the other thing, though, but you bring up a good point, because what we're really talking about is the difference in between regulation and a policy, because we're talking about, cutting your hair, shaving your face, just on this little tangential path we've taken here. But I have no problem with regs. Don't get me wrong. I've pissed and moaned about them. I hated shaving my face 2 or 3 times a day because you always get some assholes like, "What'd you do? Shave with a rod? Try again."
Shave with a fucking Flintstone, motherfucker.
Right. But
I was that guy too. I had to shave twice in boot camp, twice a day.
Right, exactly. What they told me when I got in the Corps, they were like, if you're standing there in camis with a skivvy shirt on, we shouldn't be able to see your tattoos. If you're standing there in dress blues, we shouldn't be able to see your tattoos. If you're standing there in service alphas, we shouldn't be able to see your tattoos. Okay, so if I'm standing there clean shaven with a proper haircut in all of my proper uniforms, I mean, I'd served out in 29 Palms. Frankly, for a long time there, I just kind of assumed the entire Marine Corps was sleeves down because I never rolled my sleeves until I went to Quantico. It was sleeves down year round in 29 Palms. And anytime I ever saw another Marine in 29 Palms, they only had their sleeves down. It was kind of trippy. And then in Pendleton, when we went to division schools, we had our sleeves down. So it's like,
really?
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. Why did they roll? Is it just the way that
combat? You'll never roll your sleeves in combat.
That's no, absolutely not. I know, and I understand that. Correct.
Right.
But I was just wondering because, and I guess that makes complete sense.
And
just because I was the whole time I was in, whenever I had to wear camis, it was always, my sleeves were always rolled, but that's because we weren't in active combat. So.
Well, right. And see, in 29 Palms, it's sleeves down here round anyhow. And then for a time, we did roll sleeves. Well, we didn't. We heard or saw the policy that we were going to roll sleeves no matter what across the Marine Corps. And then finally they wisened up and it's like, 29 Palms does this for a reason, right? Like sun exposure, shit like that. Sleeves cut off circulation also in the brachial artery. There's all sorts of we're the only branch who technically, quote unquote, rolls our sleeves or has an order for it.
That's because motherfuckers want to show off their guns or whatever.
Right, which I get it, whatever. Plus, I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. You see a formation of rolled sleeves Marines, which they're like going on Libo or some shit like that. You know what I mean? That's you can tell a battle formation to like guys going out on Libo because everybody looks good. They're locked and cocked. They're about to go out on Libo. It's good. 8 point, bam, bam, bam. And then you see the battle formation, and it's like dust with people standing in a row, and it's like these guys are fucking warriors. But that was always my perception of the Marine Corps is sleeves down all the time. I never paid attention to anybody else's artwork until I got to Quantico. And then when I was in Quantico, I was like, oh yeah, like a lot of us do have tattoos, and we would go sleeves up. This is how fucking stupid this was. But it kind of made sense to an extent, right? Like the dividing line is I-95. And if you're on our side, sleeves down. And if you're on main side, you got to roll during a given time of year. That was the rule of thumb when I was up there. And so, dude, you'd be called over to main side for something, and you'd see a guy rolling his sleeves real quick, like, oh, you got to go to main side, huh? Yeah, fuck. You know, and these can't suck either, because we don't let that happen. We just don't. Like, even though we've got to go and all of this other stuff, like, hell no. My shit's going to look badass, motherfucker. You know, like, no, I'm not doing gunny rolls, right? You've always got that gunny who's like, no, I'm good. Fuck you. I don't care that it touches me.
All sloppy and shit.
And that guy's
because he just doesn't give a fuck.
And
I had a gunny that used to really, like, literally, like, roll his sleeves like it was a flannel shirt.
Yeah.
This motherfucker would roll it to like his elbow and be like, yeah, I'm good. And you know what? He was one of those gunnies that looked like he was about 80.
Yeah.
and nobody would fuck with him.
Yeah.
And nobody. He was what was he? Oh, he was the company gunny for.
Of course he was.
Headquarters. It's like one of the headquarters. Second Mardiv, like the one of the support companies.
Did he now be honest with me here? Maybe you don't remember. Did he have one of those blue tattoos on the forearm? You know,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, the old school tattoos. Yeah.
He's one of the only and this is no shit when I was in.
Yes.
You didn't see when guys had rolled sleeves, you didn't see tattoos.
Right.
Very, very few. He was one of the few that you did, and it was like an old Vietnam fucking tattoo.
Fuck yes.
It was like, it said like mom with like a fucking thing. And it was like, it's almost like they did that shit in like a GP medium and like the fucking, on some whacked out Delta in fucking Vietnam.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in Vietnam, but he came in the Corps not very long after. Like, he's one of those guys that came in like 77. You know what I mean?
Right.
This fucking guy was crusty as fuck.
That's great.
But he was, and he was just mean as shit. God, he fucking spit nails, man. It was like a claymore every time he opened his mouth.
Oh,
You're
God.
like, fuck. But again, you know, great fucking leader. But when he came into a room, motherfuckers like, it was like cockroaches, bro.
Right.
But he was because he was fair, and he would take care of you to like the death. Like, he would go down in front of anybody in front of you, like, just like, I don't give a fuck, sir. He's my fucking Marine. You either let me deal with him, or, you know, you can talk to the commander. Because him and the first sergeant too, they all had each other's backs like it was no fucking tomorrow.
Right.
Oh.
Well, then there's that weird, yeah. See,
it was badass.
That was always my image too, because I had this badass gunnery sergeant at the recruiting station. I think I told you this story. He had a horseshoe and a fucking, you know, in regs but thick ass mustache. You know, like the Sergeant Savage mustache. And he would come walking in with rolled sleeves and had the tattoos on the forearms, like the old EGA on the outside left, you know, and I think he had a recon.
It's basically what you expect, like, Smedley Butler's chest to look like.
Yeah, fuck yes, exactly.
Just fucking blue as shit.
Which is the other thing, you know, like, Smedley Butler had an Eagle Globe and Anchor that was tattooed from his waist to the bottom of his throat. And he said, I am all Marine. It will take nothing short of skinning to remove it. And it's just like, this is fucking awesome. You know, it's such a prideful tradition, which to a lot of people, they're like, no, man, that's weird. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I do not care if you think that tattoos are weird. No one gives a shit. Like, your opinion doesn't even matter on the subject. You know, this is something that we do. I mean, it's just like part of life. And what I think is so great, kind of getting back to Gunny, is he would walk in with these, you know, I mean, he wasn't out of regs or anything weird like that. And it's not like we're doing, you know, there are some parts of the world where it's tradition, right, to do like face tattoos and stuff like that. I think that's awesome. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking down on it. I would never get a face tattoo. You know what I'm saying? But like, those guys look cool.
I do, but there's dude like, yeah, like shit all up on your neck. And I mean, I don't have a problem with it again.
But like
not me.
I'm going to slaughter the tribal name, so I'm not even going to say it. But I've seen businessmen from this given tribal region where they have traditional face tattoos. And, you know, it's their traditional tribe. It's not like, hey, bro, check out this tribal. It's like this dude's, you know, some fucking shaman prayed over this while it was done. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow, dude, that's badass. You know, how can somebody look at that guy in a suit and tie and say that he's unprofessional. I don't understand it, you know? And they just, the appearance of it lacks professionalism.
Well, I mean, I just, it's one of those things, like, I just don't look at Mike Tyson in a suit.
Oh, yeah.
Go, oh, that's pretty,
right.
Yeah, he's got a suit on. It's professional.
Well,
I don't see that. But if you've got a little tattoo that might pop over the collar just a little bit, again, not a big deal. Now, I'm also one that doesn't like tattoos on your knuckles and shit.
It's not appealing to you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not appealing to me. I'm not one that's like, okay, yeah, let me tattoo like fuck you on my knuckles or whatever. I just I don't know. For me, I'm a wrist up guy. That's just me.
Well, and I am too, but at the same time, I respect the fact, like,
of course, for absolutely. I'm not going to tell. I'm just telling you my preference. I am not one to put regs on any fucking buddy as long as you're,
Right. Well, and like, I think it's cool when, I'm a big guy for symbolism. You understand that. So I think it's cool when you've got maybe different, I mean, it's up to the individual, obviously. It's whatever the hell you want to get. But I've seen a lot of hand art where you're just like, wow, man, that's really cool. Or foot art where when you put your hands or your feet together, it creates or finalizes the image. Or maybe there's two different images. What was it? There was somebody who had two different Greek. It was like a mortal and a Greek god because their name was associated with like the child that came out of that. I can't remember the lady's name. I want to say freaking whatever Proceus or whatever the hell. My wife watched that movie or read that book, whatever. But that's not what it is. Anyway, her hands were fully done in beautiful color when they came together. It was like they embraced in two different ways how her hands came together, which I thought was really clever and really cool. And I was like, that's awesome. I'm not going to do that on me, but that's really cool, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole, I mean, I think that's just kind of the premise of tattoos in a way also, because people can be like, that is really cool. I would never, ever, ever in a billion years put a single tattoo on me anywhere, not even a party dot. Like, no, but that is really cool. Like, we need more of those people, like my dad does that. He's like, dude, that's badass. That equal globe and anchor you got there, that's fucking awesome. I would never get a tattoo ever, but your tattoos are cool, right? Anyway, for a time I
agree with you. I hear you.
I thought about getting, I mean, I'm not going to get this done, but I thought about like live free across the knuckles, right? Live free or die. New Hampshire, damn good motto. Just throwing it out there. And then
I mean, like for me, I have my, on the inside of my right bicep, I've got the Gadsden flag and don't tread on me.
Don't tread.
So I have what's called my freedom arm.
Yeah.
So my right arm and my right shoulder. So my right shoulder's got the Liberty tree and a banner across it that says Liberty or Death.
Right.
And then I've got the Gadsden flag on my bicep.
See, that's like my whole right sleeve is kind of devoted to that. I don't call it a past life. It's just that chapter. You know what I mean? It's like a time capsule on my arm. So
I do.
Yeah. My first tattoo was the American flag that I've got. And everybody has always given me shit because it's on my right shoulder and it's not like a charging flag or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not at all why I got it. And Marines don't wear that. So I'm not worried about that at all. But we've got the memorial and then the Arlington and all of that other good stuff that goes down the arm. Different things, different symbolism, hidden images, stuff like that. It's cool. It's one of those things where when you wear a suit and tie, no one even knows that you have tattoos, obviously, And then you show up raging with a flaming red beard on a Harley Davidson. They're like, all right, yep. I'm basically like a biker in a business suit. I mean, there are don't get me wrong, there are a lot of guys, a lot of corporate types, a lot of business guys who are into Harley Davidson or into, motorcycling and stuff like that. I am a fucking biker in a business suit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't remember the last time I washed Matilda. I mean, it rained the other day when I was over at a friend's house, and she and I ride everywhere together. So, but it's funny because I just say it that way because you see me from afar. God only knows. You know, I've spoken with the majority of my neighbors now, right? So they know what I do. But you see me from afar, and I think about it for a second. I'm like, all right. Fucking Redbeard with all of his tattoos and his, black loud ass motorcycle rolling around. It's not all hours in the night or doing anything fucking reckless, but God only knows what these people think. They're just like, this dude is just I'm not out of control by any means. Hard target, playing hard target. There you go. Right. Playing hard target. Yeah, till you whip. But dude, I say that though, and I say it entirely joking because we have so many other veterans and so many other first responders that are in just literally this neighborhood. I mean, I'm at home. And and the other thing too is there's a shit ton of cops that have ink. Like I see, especially.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I have friends here in New York that they have, full sleeves.
It's like, I think tattoos in general are becoming more and more and more and more acceptable, and I say it like that from a fucking Puritan way, I guess, because like, I don't give a shit whether or not you accept me. But the idea though is like, I just think more people are getting them because before there were health concerns, there were health issues, and then the industry as a whole went through that shift to where you have clean outfits and places to go to. I mean, the process is entirely different than drunken sailor in the 1940s, stumbles into some Saigon. Like, right. Is it the tattoo shop or the horse shop? Should we get tattoos of horse?
Right.
I don't have hepatitis.
Nor do I.
Right.
I've got a plan and a sketch of a tattoo that in the pretty near future, I'll be getting along the underside of my left forearm, the whole thing from the elbow to the wrist.
You should get a gooch tattoo. You should probably get your scuba bubble right on the gooch. No balls.
So this is like a
it's like an episode of Jackass.
Yeah, no, this is it's going to be a scene of like Arlington or something, like a national cemetery.
Hell yeah.
And have a couple poppies intermixed in there, but it's going to be black and white except for the red, but then also have a couple names of some buddies on the headstones.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Right on.
Little memorial tattoo. I've been thinking about it for years. I just haven't pulled the I hadn't found the right artist either. And I did, thanks to Chris Dombach. So
nice.
The guy that does his tattoos here in Liverpool's bad. And you've seen his.
Yes. Chris
like
has
his
some good
the Thomas Edison and the industrial. Yeah, badass, bro.
Right.
So that fucking guy will be doing it. So
yeah, no, that's fantastic. He's a damn good artist.
Hells yes. So exciting.
Yep. Every once in a while.
See, I get them for gifts. So I ask for combine in my Christmas and Father's Day gifts that you're gonna buy me anyway. Just give me the money and I'll get a tattoo with it.
That's a good idea.
That's how I justify it. So
it is permanent. It's one of those things.
A little bit. Right. It's a good investment.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
It's the only thing I can kind of sort of take with me. So, but yeah. Yeah, man. Tattoos. It's one of those things. Typically, they all tell a story. They're, it depends on whether or not you actually thought through them. But, they all have some sort of purpose. They all have some sort of meaning. At least all of my tattoos do. And
because what's the fucking point otherwise?
Right.
Are you just trying to, some people, I think they get them because they think that's makes them look cooler or something. And I don't know. I mean, maybe it does have meaning to them, and that's what it's really about. Tattoos aren't about other people, about the outward, at least not for me. Yeah. I could give a fuck what people think about them. So I literally don't give a shit. So it's every tattoo I have is, measures. It's a part of my life, tells kind of a story.
Oh,
and
for sure.
Either a phase that I was in or that I'm in or a belief that I have. So yeah, even my boot fucking USMC tattoo, with the bulldog and
right,
fucking that I got in I
love it.
One of those fucking shops in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Fucking like Buzz's fucking tattoo shop or some whacked out fucking place like that.
Oh,
it's funny.
Lord.
Fucking funny. But anyway, we all have one of those.
Right.
We all do. So.
And it does not take away from our proficiency as gunfighters.
Nope. or our professionalism as Marines or soldiers. I'm sorry. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. I mean, I get it. I do understand, but you know what? We're past it. We're beyond it. Because if you notice now, the idiots that are making the policies to go back are all fucking old timers that came from that Corps or from,
Well, it's the, and it made perfect
sense. They're just
sense.
jealous because they've been in the goddamn Corps their whole life and never went and got a tattoo.
Right. Or grew a beautiful beard. And so, dude, okay, quick little shout out here to one of my buddies back home. We did not serve together or anything. I knew him growing up, but he got me on the shock factor. Every once in a while, a tattoo will shock you. You're like, whoa, I didn't expect that, right? Not necessarily like it's crazy, but he got me on the shock factor. Kenny, your tattoo on your thigh of Sylvester Stallone's head shocked me when I first saw it. He has Sly Stallone. I've got a picture of this. I know for a fact that I do. But we were memorializing another friend while we were home together and we were hanging out. And it was a coordinated event where we were at. We were over at this public area, this parking area, and kind of trolling around doing whatever. And he just turns and looks at me and he's like, bam, pulls up his short. And I'm like, what in the fuck is that, bro? Like I didn't know that he had gotten this done. And there's, of course, a story associated with it and everything. But it was one of those where it was like, wow. And it is, like when I saw it, I'm telling you right now, it's Sylvester Stallone. When I saw it, I was like, that is clearly Sly. That is good art. Whoever did that, bam, they knew what they were doing. But you got Sly's face and you're like, and the story behind it is fantastic, which I will not recount right now. Do you have another shocking?
Jesus, that's crazy. I do. Well, it's not shocking, but I've got 3 separate facts about tattoos. So according to a survey, more women than men in the U.S. have tattoos. Totally believe that, I guess.
Yeah.
Back in the day, when they mixed tattoo color, urine was sometimes used to help it's got to have something to do with the acid or something. Urine was sometimes used to help the color mix. That's kind of fucking gross. Just saying. And then the last one is your skin is pierced 50 to 3,000 times per minute by the tattoo machine when you get a tattoo.
Love it. That's why I stick around to the end, folks, for the factoids.
Urine. Urea. In your tattoo.
No big
deal. That hasn't been done for decades, but still.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, go piss in this cup so I can mix your colors.
That's a marketing tool right there. You're like, these tattoos are urine free.
Urine free tattoos. Here, come quick. Wow. Anyway.
That's good stuff. There you go. Well, thank you, Bennett, for that little factoid there. And thank you to all of our sponsors. Spartan Media, Heroes Media Group, VeteransList.us. You're welcome. Spartan Media.
You're welcome.
Well, and all of these folks, so that you understand, our sponsors are fellow veteran owned, and they help collaborate with us in some way. Spartan Media has helped us with the web design and continues to help. And Heroes Media Group is our network that Cigars and C-Series is proud to be a part of. And they're headquartered out of Phoenix, but of course it's an online network. And then you've got VeteransList.us, which we ourselves have been featured on there. We have had Will and Rick on the show. They're the founders of VeteransList.us. And you can get a featured membership half off. As a veteran business owner, you can get a featured membership half off by entering discount code CIGARSNC. So go ahead, get featured on VeteransList.us, get your certification on there. I believe that they're doing some sort of badge. I gotta check it out. I owe Will a call, so Anyway, thanks so much for listening to another episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, and we really do appreciate all of those 5-star reviews. We appreciate the shares. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. If you would like to suggest a guest, you can do so right now at the homepage, cigarsandseastories.com. We take those suggestions seriously, and we like getting folks on the show, so give us your input. Thanks so much. Do appreciate it. Bennett, I love your body, baby. And on that note, we cue the music.